It's day 11 of posting every single day for 100 days just because. Because I set myself the objective of doing so, and I just want to share the journey. I'll be honest with you, bro. It's the end of the day. It's nearly 8 p.m. I've had a long day at work, and I should have recorded this when I told myself I would, which was after the gym, after having driven into the work car park, just bang, turn on the camera, still in a high frequency, just full of energy from the gym, and said what was on my mind, because I had a very important topic planned. I was going to get feisty. I was going to get agitated. I was going to scream at you just a little bit, just to start to whack you into submission, just for your own benefit, obviously, because I love you. However, now is just, the moment's gone. If I was to get on here and start to ramble about the topic that I initially wanted to, it would just be manufactured, scripted content, which I hate. So, in the interest of sharing the journey, I'm just going to lay it all out on the line for you and just run through my day, what lessons I've learned, and how it can help you as well. It started with sleep deprivation. What a surprise. Yet again, I spent a night of my monkey brain just unwilling to shut off. Not in a negative way at all, because I'm in a very positive, fulfilled stage of my life where I can sense the impending actualization of my potential. Now, this sleep deprivation, it was interrupted with a nighttime ablution, if you know what that means. I had a wet dream for the first time in a while, and it was a very intense one. Please pardon me for getting graphic and vulgar, but it's important to, in keeping with the theme of today, which is just chaos. Now, I don't touch myself anymore. I'm not on NoFap because that's stupid, which I will get into in more depth at a later time, but I just simply don't masturbate anymore, which means my body has to find another way to release. And so I had a violent wet dream last night, which I actually felt. And I woke up and it was a mess. I'm sorry, I don't want to get into too much of a gory detail, but it was bad. And obviously, with this whole release of seed, it takes away a form of vital energy a bit, doesn't it? That's why the semen retention crowd talk about all these crazy benefits. That is, let's be honest, it's bollocks. It's just, the benefits are mental, entirely mental and disciplinary and spiritual. There aren't any actual scientific... Hey, shut up, Matt. That's not the point. Point is that it added to the feeling of fatigue that came across me when I woke up to start my day at 4 a.m. I must have got about 3 hours of sleep last night, and coupled with this unwanted ejaculation, I woke up and I just felt fried before the day had even began. Last night, I set a promise to myself that there will be no caffeine today. Man, that was a tough decision to carry out, because if any day I would have been tempted to reach for the coffee, it would have been today. But guess what? Went through my morning routine, followed the process, same old stuff, nothing novel and exciting, randomly switching things up, just sticking to the same principles. And afterwards, felt an elevated state of frequency. After which, had my pre-workout snack and went to train at the gym for my first ever session that my coach wrote for me in preparation for this photo shoot. And it was a legs session that was more intense than I've experienced in a good long time, because we have different approaches and philosophies to training, and let's just say it punished me. It punished me, but in an amazing way, because as I was screeching like a pterodactyl on the leg press, an exercise I normally would never do, I felt myself rising to a new frequency entirely. Once the session was over, me and him catch up, and we have an amazingly energetic conversation that just fires the soul up. So no matter how low energy, no matter how many unwanted obstacles come up in your path, you have the power to switch your state like this. Yes, there are some people who have developed the ability to just click their fingers and immediately switch their mind. I'm not there yet. I have to do things in order to switch my mental state. And going to the gym, absolutely pounding my legs with a lot more volume than I normally would, which is why it was intense. The intensity is there no matter what I do, but the volume made things a lot more, let's just say how it is. It made it more difficult, which is a good thing, because if I did the same workout that I always did, then I would leave feeling more elevated, but I definitely wouldn't have got that skull vibrating sensation. If you know, you know. If you don't, you have to try it. But anyway, I was buzzing. I was in a state of massively high energy, despite being sleep deprived and not having reached for the caffeine. And as I went about my day and I just went to work, I made some content for the stories on the Instagram, but I didn't do the one thing that I should have done, which is film this video earlier. Because every single time I get on here and I push through the resistance and I freaking re-record as many takes as I need to get into the flow, I just feel the energy growing and growing and growing. And I'm supposed to sleep tonight, so I definitely shouldn't have waited this long. But man, if there's ever a lesson that this video has, it's number one, don't allow your current state to influence the state of the rest of your day, because you can change it like this, just through certain actions. Actions that re-energize you. I don't know what that will be for you, but it very, very likely involves something physical, something mentally challenging that you don't want to do. And the theme is basically pushing through the comfort zone, even ever so slightly, just a little bit. And this wouldn't be possible if you still are living with the mentality of just doing enough, just getting by. No, you have to live with the mentality of giving it everything you've got. But yeah, that's my day. I hope yours has been equally energizing and equally fulfilling. Because, quite frankly, I don't care if nobody watches this. I'm just having fun, just sharing my experience, to be honest with you. Isn't that what it's all about? Isn't life actually just about the process and not the results? Because what do you spend each day living? That's right, it's in the process. And it's impossible to enjoy the process unless you know you're giving it your all rather than doing just enough to get by. Seeing what you can get away with. There's the phrase I was looking for. For lip's sake. There's the monkey mind that I'm learning to quiet down. That's another reason that I'm doing this challenge, because it's a task to set myself and not stop until completion, which is another win to destroy the monkey mind. I know this video has been all over the place. I'm truly sorry. I'm not going to make any promises and say that I'm never going to make another rambly, chaotic video like this again, but hey, I will do my best to come in tomorrow with a more rigid theme and execute early on so that I'm still fresh. I'm not dragging the weight and the lethargy of the day, man. From my heart to yours, brother, live with violent clarity.